Analyzing digital communication involves examining various aspects of a message, including its content, metadata, and any modifications made to it. In this specific instance, the message was edited on September 16, 2003 at 1:16 p.m. The user performed this edit. Understanding such editing events is crucial in various contexts such as forensic investigations, data recovery, and communication security. When a message is edited, several key pieces of information can be extracted. Firstly, the timestamp indicates the exact date and time when the modification occurred. This timestamp is valuable for establishing a timeline of events and determining the sequence of actions. Secondly, the identification of the user who made the edit is crucial. In this case, the user is identified as the editor. This information helps determine responsibility and accountability for the changes made. When analyzing edited messages, it is important to consider the potential implications of the alterations. For example, the content of the message may have been changed, leading to misinterpretations or altered meanings. The original message may have been deleted or replaced, potentially hiding important information. The editing process itself may have introduced errors or inconsistencies into the message. To further analyze this editing event, several steps can be taken. Firstly, the original message, if available, should be compared to the edited version. This comparison will highlight the specific changes that were made and help determine the intent behind the modifications. Secondly, the user account associated with should be investigated. This investigation may reveal additional information about the user's identity, their role in the communication, and their potential motives for editing the message. Thirdly, the context of the message should be examined. This context includes the topic of the message, the intended audience, and any relevant background information. Understanding the context helps to interpret the changes that were made and assess their potential impact. In addition to these steps, several technical tools and techniques can be used to analyze edited messages. For example, digital forensics tools can be used to recover deleted data and analyze file metadata. Network analysis tools can be used to track the flow of messages and identify potential points of interception or modification. Cryptographic techniques can be used to verify the integrity of messages and detect any unauthorized alterations. When conducting a digital investigation, it is important to follow established procedures and maintain a chain of custody for all evidence. This ensures that the evidence is admissible in court and that the investigation is conducted in a fair and impartial manner. In this specific case, the message was edited on September 16, 2003, which is a significant amount of time ago. This may make it more challenging to recover the original message or gather additional information about the editing event. However, even after a long period of time, it may still be possible to extract valuable insights from the available data. For example, the metadata associated with the message may still be intact, providing information about the message creation date, author, and any subsequent modifications. Additionally, other related documents or communications may exist that shed light on the context of the message and the reasons for the editing. When analyzing digital evidence, it is important to be aware of the potential for manipulation or alteration. Attackers may attempt to modify messages or metadata to cover their tracks or mislead investigators. Therefore, it is crucial to use robust forensic techniques and tools to verify the integrity of the evidence and detect any signs of tampering. In addition to analyzing the technical aspects of the message, it is also important to consider the human factors involved. The user who edited the message may have had specific motivations or intentions for doing so. Understanding these motivations can help to interpret the changes that were made and assess their potential impact. For example, the user may have been attempting to correct errors, clarify ambiguities, or conceal sensitive information. Alternatively, the user may have been acting maliciously, attempting to defame someone, spread misinformation, or commit fraud. Ultimately, the goal of analyzing edited messages is to uncover the truth and understand what happened. This requires a combination of technical expertise, investigative skills, and critical thinking. By carefully examining the available evidence and considering all relevant factors, it is possible to gain valuable insights into the editing event and its implications. When presenting the results of a digital investigation, it is important to communicate the findings in a clear and concise manner. This includes providing a summary of the evidence, explaining the methodology used to analyze the evidence, and drawing conclusions based on the evidence. It is also important to acknowledge any limitations or uncertainties in the findings. In the context of this specific example, it would be important to clearly state that the message was edited on September 16, 2003, and to explain the potential implications of this editing event. It would also be important to acknowledge that the original message may no longer be available and that it may be difficult to determine the exact reasons for the editing. In conclusion, analyzing digital messages involves examining various aspects of the message, including its content, metadata, and any modifications made to it. By carefully examining the available evidence and considering all relevant factors, it is possible to gain valuable insights into the editing event and its implications. In this specific case, the message was edited on September 16, 2003. Understanding this editing event is crucial for determining the sequence of events, establishing responsibility, and assessing the potential impact of the changes. The process involves comparing the original message to the edited version, investigating the user account, examining the context of the message, and using technical tools and techniques. The goal is to uncover the truth and understand what happened, which requires a combination of technical expertise, investigative skills, and critical thinking. In digital forensics, several key steps are undertaken to analyze data. Firstly, acquisition of the data is essential. This involves creating a bit-by-bit copy of the original evidence to preserve its integrity. Secondly, verification ensures that the copy is identical to the original, often using hash values. Thirdly, analysis is performed, employing specialized software to recover deleted files, analyze metadata, and identify anomalies. Fourthly, documentation is critical, maintaining a detailed record of all actions taken during the investigation. Finally, reporting presents the findings in a clear, concise manner, supported by evidence and expert interpretation. There are several different types of digital forensics, including computer forensics, which focuses on analyzing computer systems and storage devices to identify, preserve, recover, analyze, and present facts and opinions about digital information. Network forensics involves monitoring and analyzing network traffic to identify security incidents, gather evidence, and understand attack patterns. Mobile device forensics focuses on extracting and analyzing data from mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. Database forensics involves examining database systems to identify fraudulent activities, data breaches, and other security incidents. Cloud forensics focuses on investigating data stored in cloud environments, addressing unique challenges related to data location, jurisdiction, and access. When dealing with metadata, various types exist. File metadata includes information about a file's creation date, modification date, author, file size, and file type. Image metadata often contains EXIF data, capturing details such as camera settings, GPS coordinates, and timestamps. Document metadata may include author names, revision history, and company information. Email metadata includes sender and recipient addresses, timestamps, subject lines, and server information. Web page metadata often contains meta tags, providing information about the page's content, keywords, and description. There are several common tools for examining digital data. FTK Imager is a data preview and imaging tool that allows examiners to create forensic images of storage devices and preview their contents. Autopsy is an open-source digital forensics platform that provides a wide range of features for analyzing disk images, file systems, and application data. EnCase is a comprehensive digital forensics suite that includes tools for data acquisition, analysis, and reporting. Wireshark is a network protocol analyzer that captures and analyzes network traffic in real time, enabling examiners to identify security incidents and gather evidence. Cellebrite Youth is a mobile forensics tool that extracts and analyzes data from mobile devices, including smartphones, tablets, and GPS devices. When conducting a digital investigation, it is important to maintain the chain of custody. Firstly, identification involves recognizing potential evidence and securing it properly. Secondly, collection requires gathering the evidence in a forensically sound manner, preserving its integrity. Thirdly, preservation involves protecting the evidence from alteration, damage, or destruction. Fourthly, analysis involves examining the evidence using appropriate tools and techniques. Fifthly, reporting involves documenting the findings and presenting them in a clear and concise manner. Finally, presentation involves presenting the evidence in court or other legal proceedings. Digital forensics also relies on various file system concepts. The file system is a method of organizing and storing files on a storage device. FAT32 is a file system used by older versions of Windows and removable media. NTFS is a file system used by modern versions of Windows, offering improved security and reliability. HFS Plus is a file system used by Mac OS. ext4 is a file system used by Linux operating systems. APS is a file system used by newer versions of Mac OS, designed for solid-state drives and flash storage. When analyzing file systems, one often encounters file signatures. These are unique patterns of bytes that identify the file type. For example, JPEG images typically start with the bytes FFDate FF0. Portable network graphics images typically start with the bytes 89, 50, 40, 47. CIP archives typically start with the bytes 54B34. Executable files on Windows systems typically start with the bytes 45A. Text files may not have a specific file signature, but their contents usually consist of human-readable text characters. When dealing with deleted files, several recovery techniques exist. File carving involves searching for file signatures within unallocated space on a storage device to recover deleted files. Data recovery software uses various algorithms to locate and recover deleted files based on their metadata and file structure. Forensic imaging creates a bit-by-bit copy of a storage device, allowing examiners to analyze the entire device, including deleted files and unallocated space. Shatter volume copies, available on Windows systems, create backup copies of files and folders at regular intervals, allowing users to recover previous versions of files. There are anti-forensics techniques used to hinder investigations. Data wiping involves permanently erasing data from a storage device using specialized software. Encryption involves encoding data to make it unreadable without the proper decryption key. Steganography involves hiding data within other files or media. Timestamping involves modifying file timestamps to make it difficult to track when files were created or modified. Metadata removal involves deleting or altering metadata associated with files to obscure their origins and history. Legal considerations are crucial in digital forensics. The Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures, requiring law enforcement to obtain a warrant based on probable cause before searching a person's property. The Electronic Communications Privacy Act restricts government access to electronic communications, requiring a warrant for intercepting emails and phone calls. The Computer Fraud and Abuse Act prohibits unauthorized access to computer systems and data, making it a federal crime to access a computer without permission or to exceed authorized access. The Stored Communications Act protects the privacy of electronic communications stored by third-party providers, such as email providers and social media platforms. International laws and regulations, such as the General Data Protection Regulation in Europe, impose strict requirements on the collection, processing, and storage of personal data, including digital evidence. When collecting evidence, it is critical to minimize data alteration. Use write blockers to prevent any modifications to the original evidence. Create a forensic image of the storage device to work on a copy rather than the original. Document every step taken during the evidence collection process. Maintain a chain of custody to track the handling of the evidence from collection to presentation. Follow established forensic procedures and guidelines to ensure the integrity and admissibility of the evidence. When analyzing network traffic, one must be familiar with network protocols. TCP is a connection-oriented protocol that provides reliable data transmission. UDP is a connectionless protocol that provides fast but unreliable data transmission. AP is a protocol that routes data packets between networks. HTTP is a protocol used for transferring web pages and other web content. HTTPS is a secure version of HTTP that encrypts communication between the client and server. When analyzing log files, various types are important. System logs record events and errors related to the operating system. Application logs record events and errors related to specific applications. Security logs record security-related events, such as login attempts and access control changes. Web server logs record requests and responses made by web servers. Firewall logs record network traffic that passes through a firewall. There are various digital forensics certifications. The Certified Information Systems Security Professional certification validates expertise in information security concepts and practices. The Certified Ethical Hacker certification validates skills in penetration testing and ethical hacking techniques. The JIAC Certified Forensic Analyst certification validates skills in digital forensics analysis. The Certified Computer Examiner certification validates skills in computer forensics examinations. The EnCase Certified Examiner certification validates skills in using EnCase forensic software. When performing memory forensics, one analyzes the contents of a computer's random access memory to identify malware, extract encryption keys, and gather other evidence. Memory dumps are created using specialized tools that capture the contents of RAM at a specific point in time. Volatility is a memory forensics framework that provides a wide range of tools for analyzing memory dumps. Common techniques used in memory forensics include process analysis, malware detection, and data extraction. Memory forensics can provide valuable insights into the activities of a computer at the time of a security incident. There are anti-forensics techniques used to counter memory analysis, such as malware that injects itself into legitimate processes to hide its presence and rootkits that conceal their presence from the operating system. Virtual machine forensics involves analyzing virtual machines to identify security incidents, gather evidence, and understand attack patterns. Virtual machine images are copies of virtual machines that can be analyzed using forensic tools. Snapshots are point-in-time captures of virtual machines that can be used to revert to a previous state. Analyzing virtual machine configurations can provide valuable insights into the security posture of a virtual environment. Cloud forensics presents unique challenges due to the distributed nature of cloud environments, the lack of physical access to data, and the complexities of cloud service provider agreements. Legal and jurisdictional issues can also complicate cloud forensics investigations. When responding to a security incident, one must identify the incident, contain the incident, eradicate the incident, recover from the incident, and learn from the incident. Incident response plans should be developed and tested regularly to ensure that they are effective. Communication and coordination are critical during a security incident. Post-incident analysis should be conducted to identify the root cause of the incident and to prevent future incidents. Understanding malware analysis is critical to digital forensics. Static analysis involves examining the code of malware without executing it. Dynamic analysis involves executing malware in a controlled environment to observe its behavior. Hybrid analysis combines static and dynamic analysis techniques. Malware analysis can help identify the functionality of malware, its targets, and its origins.